Welcome to Lunch Break Wisdom, short ideas from the world's most influential books, designed for a quiet break between work, a commute home, or a moment to think more clearly. Today's episode explores the teachings of one of history's most remarkable philosophers, Epictetus, preserved in Discourses and selected writings. Unlike Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an empire, or Seneca, who advised emperors, Epictetus began life as a slave. He experienced hardship firsthand. He understood powerlessness, uncertainty, the fragility of external circumstances. And yet, despite possessing fewer advantages than many of his contemporaries, he became one of the most influential Stoic teachers in history. His life itself embodied his central message. True freedom does not depend upon circumstances, it depends upon mastery of oneself. This idea feels deeply countercultural. Modern society often teaches that happiness depends upon obtaining the right conditions, the right career, the right relationship, the right income, the right recognition. Epictetus challenged this assumption. External conditions matter, but inner freedom determines how people experience them. His most famous teaching concerns the dichotomy of control. Some things lie within human influence, others do not. People control opinions, intentions, effort, values, responses. They do not control weather, economic conditions, aging, other people's choices. Much emotional suffering emerges because individuals invest enormous energy attempting to manage what remains fundamentally uncontrollable. Epictetus repeatedly asks, "Is this within my control?" If the answer is yes, act courageously. If the answer is no, practice acceptance. This principle appears simple. Living it proves challenging, yet its practical value remains immense. The second major theme concerns judgment. According to Epictetus, people suffer less because of events themselves and more because of the judgments attached to those events. A delayed flight becomes intolerable because it violates expectations. Criticism becomes devastating because identity becomes entangled with approval. A career setback becomes catastrophic because it is interpreted as permanent failure. Epictetus reminds readers, events happen, interpretations follow. Awareness creates space between them. This insight aligns remarkably well with modern cognitive psychology. Thoughts influence emotions, interpretations shape experience. Learning to examine assumptions enhances resilience. Another profound idea involves identity. Epictetus encouraged individuals to distinguish between roles and character. People occupy many roles throughout life: parent, partner, employee, leader, citizen. These roles matter, yet beneath them lies character, how people embody honesty, courage, kindness, justice. Roles change, character remains. Modern culture frequently emphasizes achievement. Epictetus redirects attention toward integrity. Success becomes secondary to virtue. The book also explores desire and aversion. Human beings naturally pursue pleasure and avoid discomfort. Problems arise when desires attach to uncontrollable outcomes. People demand certainty, approval, perpetual comfort. Since life rarely accommodates these demands consistently, disappointment follows. Epictetus recommends aligning desires with what lies within one's influence. Aim to act wisely, respond compassionately, fulfill responsibilities. Release excessive attachment to outcomes. This approach preserves motivation while reducing unnecessary suffering. Another recurring theme involves preparation. Epictetus encouraged anticipating challenges realistically. People may disappoint, plans may change, health may fluctuate. This was not pessimism, it was practical wisdom. Preparation reduces shock. Resilience strengthens adaptability. Modern resilience training often emphasizes similar principles. Expectation management improves coping. The book also addresses freedom. Many individuals equate freedom with unlimited choice. Epictetus offers another definition. Freedom means not being enslaved by impulses. Approval seeking, fear, anger, compulsive desires. A person possessing wealth may remain psychologically imprisoned. A person possessing little may experience profound inner peace. External liberty and internal freedom do not always coincide. This insight remains deeply relevant. Modern societies provide unprecedented convenience, yet anxiety persists. Inner freedom requires cultivation. Another powerful teaching concerns responsibility. Epictetus discouraged blame. Circumstances influence behavior, yet responses remain significant. Victimhood may describe experiences accurately. It need not define identity permanently. Agency begins by recognizing available choices. What action aligns with values? How might this challenge become an opportunity for growth? Responsibility empowers. Another beautiful theme involves humility. Epictetus cautioned against philosophical vanity. Learning ideas proves easier than embodying them. Wisdom reveals itself through conduct, patience during conflict, integrity under pressure, compassion amidst frustration. People frequently seek appearances of virtue. Epictetus prioritized practice. Becoming matters more than appearing. The book also emphasizes attention. Daily life presents countless opportunities to strengthen character. Small irritations, unexpected delays, difficult conversations. These moments become training grounds. Philosophy belongs not only within books, it belongs in grocery store queues, family interactions, workplace meetings. Ordinary moments shape extraordinary lives. Another profound lesson concerns mortality. Epictetus encouraged reflecting upon impermanence regularly. Loved ones remain temporary companions. Opportunities possess expiration dates. Life itself unfolds briefly. Rather than inducing despair, this awareness enhances appreciation. Gratitude deepens, presence increases, priorities clarify. Another recurring theme involves self-discipline. People often wait for motivation before acting. Epictetus understood that motivation fluctuates. Character develops through repeated choices. Courage grows through courageous action. Patience strengthens through patient responses. Virtue resembles a muscle. Use develops capacity. Neglect diminishes it. The book also addresses social responsibility. Stoicism sometimes receives criticism for excessive individualism. Epictetus rejected selfishness. Human beings participate within communities. People flourish through cooperation, compassion, contribution. Virtue extends beyond personal tranquility. Justice matters. Service matters. Relationships matter. Toward the conclusion of his teachings, Epictetus repeatedly returns to simplicity. Many people complicate life unnecessarily. They chase approval, defend fragile identities, accumulate obligations disconnected from values. Epictetus asks, what truly matters? Character, relationships, purpose, wisdom. Everything else remains secondary. Ultimately, Discourses and selected writings remains influential because it offers practical guidance for uncertain times. How should people respond when plans collapse? When criticism arrives? When fear emerges? When life feels unfair? Epictetus offers neither false optimism nor cynicism. He offers realism. Combined with hope, life contains difficulty, yet dignity remains possible. Peace remains possible. Meaning remains possible. Perhaps the greatest lesson is this. People often postpone freedom. They assume contentment depends upon future conditions. the promotion, the relationship, the retirement account, Epictetus challenges this assumption. Freedom begins now, through the choices available today. How you interpret events, how you treat others, how you fulfill responsibilities, how you respond when circumstances diverge from preference. Because while no individual controls everything, everyone controls something. And within that sphere of influence lies immense possibility. The possibility of courage, the possibility of kindness, the possibility of wisdom, the possibility of becoming the kind of person capable of navigating uncertainty with grace. Epictetus began life enslaved by external circumstances, yet his teachings continue liberating minds centuries later. Perhaps because they remind people of a truth easily forgotten. The most important freedom is not always the freedom to do whatever we want. It is the freedom not to become captive to what we cannot control, and that freedom remains available to everyone, one choice at a time. In summary, key concepts from the Discourses and selected writings by Epictetus. 1. The dichotomy of control distinguish influence from inevitability. 2. Judgments shape experience. Interpretations affect suffering. 3. Character outlasts roles. Integrity remains foundational. 4. Freedom is internal. Liberation begins within. 5. Preparation strengthens resilience. Anticipate difficulties realistically. 6. Practice over performance. Wisdom requires embodiment. 7. Virtue is a daily discipline. Small choices shape identity. Everyday takeaways for you. Ask frequently, is this within my control? Challenge interpretations, generating unnecessary distress. Focus more upon character than reputation. Treat inconveniences as opportunities for practice. Remember life's impermanence while appreciating its beauty. Develop virtues intentionally through repetition. What is one thing causing stress in your life right now that may actually lie outside your control? How might your perspective change if you focused instead on your response? Share your reflections below. Please subscribe and comment.